甘い夢を。
This thing's super fluffy. Lying on it's gonna feel great.
Products received. Received. Cancelled. Products received. おはよう、ドクター。
The microphone is live now. Sweet. Everything looks good. Alright. So you notice I haven't burned sanity for today. I was originally going to just play on my other account and maybe do IS or something else. I wasn't really sure. I kind of came to the conclusion, I think, because I farmed the event a pretty good amount. And, like, I think even if I play the story stages, like during the week when I have work and stuff, I might just burn all my sanity farming the event and not push story stages. But I think I have enough to buy out at least the most important stuff from the shop that I need. I'm probably not going to get all the tokens in this, especially with free-to-play without all the bonus. And we are going to do Lungmen Downtown next week, as soon as the weekly Arundum resets. I know I could technically expand this a little bit, but it's a lot of sanity to spend for, at most, an extra 200. That's if I do this and complete a whole rotating stage, which I don't think is going to happen. But I do think I can complete Downtown next week. I doubt I will finish it on the first try. It might take me a few, or I might decide what I need to build or build more in order to finish it all the way. But who knows? I might one-shot it. I know this stage better than the other Annihilations that I've played so far simply because, you know, I farmed it more recently. I mean, not recently, but more plentifully and more recently than the other ones. So I kind of know what to expect a little more from this, but again, I don't have that like exact memory. So I do expect to need a little bit of optimization on it. I also spent some sanity farming just enough materials. Luckily, I didn't have to spend that much to get level 7, skill level 7 on Laplin. I still don't have skill level 7 here with the grindstones, but I might be able to get some grindstones just doing the story stages. And the gains on that are mainly on the splash damage, not on the main target. And I think that single target damage always takes a higher precedence. And even though this is a multi-target skill, the single target damage on this increases massively with skill level 7. Whereas on the other skill, Arquetos, if I'd farmed for that instead, it's mainly the multi-target that gains. So this, it's like you get, I think, 15% attack. You get a another 2 seconds on the skill duration, and it decreases the cost by 1. So all in all, it's a pretty big gain. I do wish, and I don't really understand why they didn't do this with her. Masteries, the Mastery 3, I don't understand why they didn't make that bump this duration up to 20 seconds. Like, you reduce the cost of the skill down, I think, to 20 flat. I think. I'm not sure. Maybe it even goes down to 18. I don't... Oh, man, I should pay attention to these things more. I know so much about the operators, but it's like once I get them to certain points, it's like I forget what... Like, I know the 24 cost and 17 seconds. I know this skill a lot because of how often I used Lapland at E1 in integrated strategies. Because the whole reason I used Lapland was because of how unreliable Thorns was at E1 if you didn't know how long you were going to have to use them before you would get a guard improvement. Or you'd get it when you were low on hope or something, whatever it was. So I tended to use Lapland instead because if I got unlucky, she at least functions at E1 and Thorns is a bit of a turd. So, you know, I knew what skill level 7 on her was, but it's funny because outside of that, and once I get her to E2, like, I just don't think about it. I'm like, oh, I just know it's better. And offensive recovery skills, the SP is almost going down is almost always like the main thing that you look for because it has such a massive improvement on the skill uptime. But 17 seconds, that's just a weird amount of time. And when you consider that there's 3 masteries, how is it you're not getting 1 second per mastery? You know, like any other modern skill, if you're at skill level 7 and the duration is 17 seconds, you know every mastery is giving you 1 additional second. Anyways, that's not really important information, but I did kind of want to go off on that tangent because it's my stream and it's what I'm going to do. Tangent City is what to expect here. I also wanted to talk about, I'm definitely going to be branching out a bit. I never intended to only be Arknights, but Arknights is the main game that I play. If it comes to just games, you know, like, Arknights is my staple. I play some other games here and there, but, man, I used to be, like, such a gamer when I was younger, and now my ability to play games, and I don't mean, like, capability, I mean skill to a certain degree. Like, my reflexes aren't, you know, what they were when I was a teenager or in my 20s. You know, I played Counter-Strike when it was in beta, and I enjoyed that before people had even, like, high-speed internet, or at least most people. And, you know, that kind of made sense at the time. When I got older and was still playing online games competitively, it was stuff like World of Warships because it didn't require me to have reflexes. It still required me to have skill, right? But it was like this combination of skill and knowledge. And then now I'm kind of playing Arknights because Wargaming hates any players that have skill. They just went on this war path to nerf skill in the game and reward the most brain dead activities. So after a certain while, you know, when winning no longer felt good, I knew it was time to move on. And so I found my way eventually completely by accident to Arknights, actually. It's a funny story because I was in the military, and sometimes your job in the military is to be incredibly bored for long periods of time, but you can't be asleep. You have to be bored and awake. And so I was shopping for something that would allow me to not literally fall over on my feet during particularly difficult stretches of late night. And so that's actually how I discovered Arknights, completely randomly. I didn't know anyone that played it. It wasn't recommended to me. I just picked it up on a whim, and I didn't really play it seriously in the beginning because how would I even know what to expect from it? But I remember Mansfield, the original run, was going on at the time when I started playing. And, you know, I'd like noodle around, got past the tutorials, and I remember, you know, you click the buttons and see what stuff is, and like I think I played the first stage or two or something, and then just got completely slaughtered. And I was like, clearly this is designed for people that have played the game a little bit longer than this. you know. And but I didn't think much of it. I didn't log in every day or twice a day to make sure I wasn't sanity maxing. Whenever I had time to burn, I would just go on and be like, "That seems interesting." We'll see. But with most mobile games, they were complete time wasters for me, and I never contemplated them as like real games. So we fast forward a little bit to Contingency Contract 4, which is literally a little bit. It's the next thing that came after Mansfield Break. And I remember going into the lobby and just hearing the lobby theme. And I studied music in college, and the lobby theme, it was immediately obvious to me that this company had put in an unnecessary amount of effort into this. I was like, why'd they spend the resources on this? It's like absurd. They're creating like radio quality music for a mobile game for a lobby theme. Like, this is something I was like, that doesn't make sense unless the people that make this like care about what they're making. Because like if you went to MBA school and you're running a company from a business standpoint and you don't care what you're making at all because you went to MBA school and the only thought on your mind is, maximizing shareholder returns, why would you do that? You're going to put out the minimally viable music that people will accept because you're going to expect them not to really think about it, and spending extra money on that, it's not going to show up on your returns. Or I should say, it won't show up on your returns immediately. If I ever have a community and they become really interested in the investing topic, I'm literally I make 50% year-over-year returns. I know my shit, right? At any rate, I won't get into that too much, but needless to say, there's things that I can see that any normal person that enjoys products, they'll recognize. But for some reason, when people become fancy schmancy investors from schools or analysts or whatnot, they have these like common sense things trained out of them. But I remember hearing the lobby theme and being like, this game might be something special. Like, this goes harder than it has any business going. And I started thinking about the game a little bit differently. Now fast forward a few more weeks, right? And obviously, I didn't understand even the format. Like, I go in there immediately overwhelmed by the UI for a contingency contract. At the time, it's CC4. I remember very clearly exactly which CC it was. I remember that the menu screen was green. The thing for it was green. And yeah, so the next event is Originium Dust, right? And by this point, I've kind of come to the conclusion that this game is something special. And I go into this event and I get my ass beat. I think by this point, I've been playing for about 2 months. But not very seriously. Originium Dust was the event that made me say, I'm never going to get defeated by an event ever again. Right? We're going to figure this out. We're going to own this game. We're going to build our account up, right? Let's get to it. So that was kind of the start of it all. And yeah. And now, several years later, here we are. And I'm dipping my feet in the content creation space and trying to build an audience and also help out the new wave of players. I don't know if people have really noticed this, but it seems like this game, the new players kind of come in waves. Maybe it's just content creators. Maybe I only notice it in that space, but I like to watch new players play the game because you get this sense of like progression. I remember when Ushio Ebi first started streaming. Like, I was in her maybe first or second Arknight stream ever, because I also remember seeing Finana Ryugu before the whole Niji Sanji drama went down, right? And she used to play Arknights here and there, like a spattering. But she had a kind of shiny account. I don't know how much she played. I think she kind of played it pretty casually, but also spent enough money to have a pretty good head start. But like Ushio Ebi started streaming like kind of around the time Finana stopped. I can't really say stopped because he didn't really do it super commonly, you know. Ooh, I have to think about this tag wise. What does crowd? This used to get me a Texas, and now I'm bummed out that it doesn't. I think this gets me a click, right? Or support. Ooh. I'm pretty sure both of these get me. I think I have a click. I can actually check. I knew this was going to be new. Potential on gravel. That's super good because we're going to be building her pretty soon. This is my first pure stream. Holy cow. I need to level her to E1 ASAP because she's amazing in the base. But I won't. I don't even think I have. Oh, I do. Do I have these? No. I might be able to. No, I can't get those from. I can only get the tier 2 ones from Integrated Strategies. I'll definitely have to build pure stream to E1. Level 1 at least for her base skill. I'll have to plan that out. I don't know exactly when I'm going to do that. Crowd control. I'm pretty sure that gets me click. And I think I have a click now. Crowd control, yeah, it gets me a click. And support will get me probably another pure stream. I don't think there's any hidden 5-star tech in here. Bummer. What I really want is a frickin' Myrtle and a Gummy. But they have been dodging me like it's insane. Let's see. No, nothing in there. Alright, we'll go for RNG, Vigna, or Myrtle. No, that's not what I wanted. Come on. And oh, hey. That won't guarantee me a Gummy though. This is probably gonna get me a spot. But maybe I'll get lucky. And I don't think I don't have any expedite permits. So I just gotta wait for that. Okay. Where did I even leave off? Oh, you know, I'll go into the story because I'm not even sure what to level at this point. Do I want to leave Scavenger in here? I'll go back to 2 Vanguards if I need her for the DP. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. I have a pretty good idea for this stage because I think it's funny. And I'm not doing any story on this. I do want to do lore videos, but they're going to be separate from the streams. So anyone that watches the streams, just know I really like the AK story, but I want people to be able to choose how they experience it. So on the stream, it's always going to be skipped when it's live, and then you know I want to do some lore videos at some point. Don't die, please don't die. Do I need 2 healers to keep Lapland alive? What's her attack? 879. Man, I did this stage with like my late game account. I don't even remember why. It was probably for a module. And I remember I put Lapland on this tile, but it's, you know, like a E2 max level, max pot Lapland. And like her attack is pretty cracked, especially when her skill pops off. Does that increase her attack speed too? I feel like she's attacking faster than normal. Does it tell me? Oh, it does! Oh, that's awesome! I can't believe I'm just learning now that that affects attack speed. That'd be a good tile to put, like, Gummy on as well. If you're just looking to block it off from these guys. Because the newbie mistake is to leave this tile open and the enemies run over it, and then the guys that do a lot of damage, it just becomes overwhelming if you don't have, like, an overleveled account. These, on this chapter, these tiles are mostly meant to be taken advantage of, not left behind. Mostly.
契約通り任務は完遂した。確認する？
We will go for the S stages. Who am I gonna put here? Man, it'd be nice if I had a healing defender. I think I'm gonna put some levels into my healers because they're feeling a little underwhelming. Can I do 5 levels on Perfumer? I can. They are feeling a little on the anemic side.
Yoshi. 医薬品の準備は揃いました。敵を発見。これが戦場というものね。みんな、私に。
Oh shit! They go that way. I don't know if that's gonna be enough, but it will be.
Hi.
Am I gonna have to redo this? I probably am. I have to put, I'm dumb. I have to put Fang on the other side. Damn it. Come on. Come on. No! Alright. That's not gonna work. Or at least I don't have the DP for it. I probably can do it if I deploy Lapland first. Or I'm sorry, Liskarm first and then Lapland. Or maybe I need to put Liskarm. Well, I kind of lose a bunch of the attack bonus if I do that. It'll be fine. I know what I'm gonna do. Actually, we're gonna put her forward one. And we are gonna do Liskarm first. Then we're gonna do single target instead of multi-target. Oh shit! You little slimy bastard!
準備完了。
私の役目は刀を振るうことだけ。獲物を見つけました。弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。
And that's probably all we need. I think Lapland's attack speed and attack will be enough to kill the more DPS-y guys. And I could even throw a mouse down here if I needed to reduce their attack. It'd be nice if I had the deployment order with Lisgarm first so that the archers would be shooting her instead of Lapland, but with the two healers, she's doing fine. Easy. Nice! A tier 4. This seems easier. Because we only have the one route this time. What's her attack on that thing? A little mediocre, but... Lisgarm will charge Arketo. I'm okay with that. I'll watch these guys' attacks in case I need a mouse. We'll do that too. I wonder if I'd be better off with an Amiya here. I think these guys have low, I think they have high resistance and low defense, though. Guess we'll find out. Oh, they have a little bit of armor. It's not nothing. 671, 4, nearly double 8. They have about 200 armor.
作戦目標予定通り完遂しました。
This might be a little challenging. Only because I know the stage. So I think what I have to do is place someone in front of that and not use it. I can put like Lapland here, facing this way. I can put like a perfumer in this tile to cover this. And ideally, I'll have a Jay just spawn camping this. He's probably going to get roped by those Sarkaz dudes. I don't have another unit to drop here, but I can just expend something. If I don't drop everything down here. And I'm going to need another blocker over here temporarily. Maybe I put Fang there temporarily. There's not that much traffic. I might be able to get away with the mouse. I could do a Lisk arm, but she's a she's a lot to invest in that. I think I can get away with this. We'll see. Come on, come on. Give me the DP. Maybe I can't. Maybe I can't. Nope. Oh, I do want to bring up part of the other reason why I'm pushing this is because the pinboard missions, which don't even show up for me. Why? Where can I see them? Because I don't have a Texas, so I know there's more of them. But it won't show me the requirements to unlock them. Is that it? Weekly campaign. Clear your main story. 4-4. At some point, I'm going to get another page of pinboard missions. It bugs me that that thing disappears here, but I know there's more of them. Because I don't have a freaking Texas. Because if I did, I would be building her immediately and ignoring everything else to get Fang. Maybe not immediately out of my party, but at least she would just be additional DP, not my main Vanguard. Like, the DP pressure is hurting me a lot. And, like, the best thing I can do... Actually, you know what? We're going to get rid of Lava, and we're going to throw a Scavenger in here. Even without any, literally a completely uninvested Scavenger. Just so I can do this.
敵部隊捕捉作戦準備各自配置につけ
獲物を見つけました現には
みんな
Go, Scavenger! For the love of God!
これが戦場というものね福音が指先に集まる
Okay, that's actually really hairy.
Oh, お前にかける情けはない
戦場は墓場よ弦の振動を感じて
やるのか
狙って福音が指先に集まる
みんな私に続け
福音が指先に集まる
貫く
やってみましょう
弦の振動を感じて
Damn it! I was hoping that would work. I wanted his skill to charge up and him to just go into like hyper mode. Oh, we don't have the witches here. How about that?
大将これで終わりですかね
Alright, boss stage. Let's see if I even remember how to do it.
準備完了。罪なき人を巻き込まないように十分に準備して。どうしてみんな仲良くできないのかな。
So they go up this way. I put the block there, I believe. Like that. And then I think I need a block here so that they go... I think they go in here?
怖くはないわ。
Yeah, we're gonna
獲
go
物を見
that
つけ
way.
ました。現には3つの選択が、敵には3種の苦難。
みんな私に続け。
視界良好。弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。
Wait, what? Oh! Fuck! Someone made it to the other one. I have to watch both sides. I can put one of the vanguards on the other side. And that way they don't get punked. We'll do the one with the better stats.
作戦準備をお願いします。注射薬の用意は整いました。
貫く。
Did I already fuck up? No.
良好。これが戦場という。
みんな私に続け。
YouTube is being a little weird here. Hold on. Let me see. Are we back? Nope. Come on. Are we back? Ah, we're back. Okay. Okay. We are back. YouTube likes to be a little testy sometimes.
ほら頑張れ。もうちょっとで僕に勝てるかもしれないよ。
やってみましょう。
発で仕留めます。
Do I actually have to wait? Oh shit.
どうしやすか。
I think actually, nope.
ほら頑張れ。もうちょっとで
Holy
勝てるか
fuck,
もしれ
dude.
ないよ。
No! Oh, what?
敵を発見。壁の外の戦いはこんなに残酷なものだったんですか。
Oh, I know what happened. I know why I fucked up. I literally have to undeploy them so that she's not on cooldown with that. It's so annoying.
みんなリラックスしてていいからね。
I need new vanguards.
みんな私に続け。
I will get the timing of this. It's only a matter of time.
みんな私に続け。
これが戦場というものね。主の祝福があらんこと、福音が指先に集まる。弦の振動を感じて。
みんな私に続け。
視界良好。弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。
水洗い。どうしやすか。
リスカム準備。お手並み拝見といこうか。持ちこたえてください。
弓。
みんな私に続け。 みんな私に続け。
So eventually I think guys come here, but I don't know if their route is this way or not, because I might have to move these blocks.
貫く。
Again, I remember this stage, but I don't have it memorized. I'm not going to try and do some weird, I've played this stage way too many times, Crown Slayer bully strat.
私に続け。
We're just doing a pretty vanilla thing here. Don't need you anymore.
みんな仲良くできないの
And
かな。
they come this way. Okay.
警戒態勢を維持します。
弓を引いて狙いを定め。
貫く。
弓を引いて
貫く。
Are they going to go this way? They are. That's fine by me.
弦には3つの選択が。
貫く。
雷鳴よ轟け。福音が指先に集まる。戦っている時は。
みんな私に続け。
And that's the last of them, right? 62, 63? Yep. Victory. I wish I built Jay when I first played this game.
皆さん、完璧な勝利でも警戒態勢が完全に解かれるまでは。
He's the closest thing I have to a gummy right now, too. So, did that give me...
おはよう。
Hey! Pin boards are back! gotta build the bottom side of the base more. 1 operator of Elite 2. Oof. And a specialization. That's kind of brutal. And I still have a whole nother phase to go before I can even get a Texas. Oh boy. Supporter operator to level 30 for 20 of those. Hold up. How much does that cost me? Oh, that's easy. Cost me 12 and I get 20, huh?
すごくためになる講習ビデオだったわね。しっかり覚えておくわ。
We'll get to those. That's not a priority. Level 3 factory. Nice. Trading post. Nice. Dormitories. We'll get there too. It's not that big of a reward. We have to do that anyways. Not very exciting. We do got to clear this, but what do I have to go out of my way for? That's just building the base. That I'm done. You know what? That I can do right now, unless can actually. I mean, we have to get this anyways. That's really what they want us to do. I don't think I can go further, and I don't think I have any of these. Right, we're out of these completely. Ooh, I am gonna need that though. I'm not gonna build it yet. We'll leave it in a raw form. We're not really close to finishing this, but let's see if that counts. It does. Elite 2. I mean, it was looking like that was going to be Cutter if we could get deeper into the stages, but we're stuck at 6 right now, and I even have 4 of these from Integrated Strategies, so I would only need to farm 1 more of those, and I have all of these. But farming gels is a pain in the ass otherwise. So, we'll see about that. The other option was Lapland. I can't build these yet, but if I upgrade the workshop, I can. And the materials for these I don't think are too bad. But I don't have... I'm trying to remember what they use. I know it's devices, and I think it's either Ori Rock or it's coal that goes into them. I can't remember. Or maybe it's Ori Rock and rocks. I'm not sure. I have a good amount of Tier 2 Ori Rock, and I can farm this in the event. And if I get to BB7, I can farm it directly. But I do have an okay Tier 2 supply of this. And Tier 2 supply of rocks. Or there's also just farming 1/7 for that. But I'm not sure if that's what it uses or if it's coal. I don't think it's coal because I think that's the that's that other material that uses a whole bunch of coals. And I would need 2 of these chips instead of 1, which isn't a huge difference. And then to buy the pastes, which also it's not like the biggest deal ever to buy the paste for that. I don't know, do I get like a huge boost with Lapland? I get some more levels, which makes her a bit tankier. She's one of my main DPSs. I think we're a bit far away from this still. Lisgarm. We're a bit far away from that. Jay would be funny. Yeah, a bit far away from that. So Cutter's probably our best option just because it's literally what we're the closest to. And I just cannot for the life of me get a frickin' Myrtle. Where are we at trust-wise? I almost have 80% on her. So by tomorrow morning, I'll probably have this here done. Oh my, I am almost out of sanity. At least without using a potion. But I'll probably save those for the event. I don't think I'm going to push deeper in this story than the sort of natural sanity that I have on here. so that I still have enough to farm somewhat efficiently with. But I did want to unlock those pinboard missions because relying on Fang it's just upsetting. The more I use Fang, the more I hate Fang. And I think what's poisoned my opinion of Fang is literally just that I like Vanguards as a class. I think if I didn't like Vanguards, I wouldn't have an issue. And that might sound weird, but as a Vanguard enjoyer, like I like Vanguards that are more than meets the eye. And that might sound a little weird. Like, what do you mean by that? Isn't that, the Transformers slogan? And sure, the Transformers do use that, right? However, there's this underlying thing that I want to bring up about Vanguards. Oh, come on, I need DP. It's so... Oh my fucking god! Oh my fucking god! Do you see what I mean by how fucking tight my DP is? Is this out of reach? Do I have to level up a scavenger and invest in her to be able to do this stage? Holy fuck. Like, Cutter is not generally considered an expensive unit. And sure, my Cutter's not max pot or anything. Right. But, like, just getting 19 DP to deploy one other unit. I get it. My Scavenger's completely uninvested. She's collapsing under any pressure. I'm only playing her for that extra injection of DP. But fuck, dude. Because here's the thing, I can build Scavenger, and then I put a bunch of resources in her. I know I'm going to get a Texas. I know I'm eventually going to get a Myrtle. And I know I'm going to eventually get a Vigna. And, like, the whole point of this account was to aim for these operators and build them to show them off. And it's taking so goddamn long to get them. And I keep having to push Fang to her absolute limit. I even E-Wonder when I didn't want to. I might have to put more levels in her so she doesn't die. It's just an absolute shit show. And it's bothering the crap out of me because I don't want to build either Plume or Scavenger just because I can't get common operators for a long time. But that is a realistic problem for some. Right, I want to min-max my resources, but at the end of the day, if you're not getting it, you have to do something about it. And to me, that's the purpose of 3 stars. That's why I have Fang, but it really bothers me because that's not the purpose of 4 stars. 4 stars really are a longer-term investment, and that's why I don't want to build Scavenger. And Courier, I think, is trash. We're getting kind of desperate here, and I'm running out of options. My other option is Vanilla, but even though Vanilla is my preferred Vanguard for IS2, optimizing for that at this point, I think that's in general unrealistic and a bad idea. Although, maybe I can justify it because I think Vanilla might have a good Rick skill at E1. I'm not sure. Midnight, I think, has a decent Rick skill. I think I still use him in my base. Spot, I think, also has a decent Rick skill. Catapult has a good... she actually has a good warehouse skill. Or not workshop skill. But that's not terribly useful. That's more useful, if you're not getting max efficiency on tier 2s, that's not a big deal. It's when you're building tier 5s where, every 0.5, that you can get you want. So when I start doing masteries and stuff like that, even at the beginning, I don't know if I'll raise her, but she is worth E1ing at least if you don't have someone better in your warehouse. Some people also say Ariane. I don't have him. He's also a bit complicated to get and to utilize his skill. I'm too lazy for that shit. So, to me, Catapult's good enough. Catapult and then Nine-Tailed Deer when you get her. fuck. Fuck, 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 fuck. Jay's gonna eat up too many resources. That's the big issue with Jay. I mean, if you have good vanguards, you can just burn through his DP cost. But I do not have that luxury. I mean, my vanguards eat up so much DP on deployment that, like, having to survive for cycles to actually be DP positive is the problem. Maybe it'll work if I just don't deploy Scavenger. We'll try this one more time. I'm going to try, because, like, I think I'm going into a bit of DP debt when I deploy her. Let's just try not deploying her at all. We'll do Fang because we need someone. We'll go straight for Cutter. And then hopefully we'll get a healer out in time. Yeah, look at that. Problem solved. I think that'll work. We got arts and physical DPS. Oh, this is kind of a stupid setup, though, now that I look at it. But whatever. It might have been better if I had cut her up here and then mouse going this way. Alright, Cutter, it's your time to shine. Hey. I think we needed these. I kind of want to burn some sanity on the event stages because I don't want to spend. I still want to spend a decent amount on farming for this account, but it is nice to be able to make some progress. Maybe I'll do. Well, we'll see. I'll try this stage. I'll give it a shot. We're gonna take Scavenger out, and oof, who do I even put in their place? I don't think I need lava, but we'll go with this for now. We'll do. Yeah, I know. Believe me, I know.
貫く。
怖くはないわ。
みんな私に続け。
現には3つの選択が、敵には3種の苦難が与えき。次の指示を待ちます。戦ってる時は眠らないんだから。
貫く。
弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。
That's completely out of healing range, isn't it? Unfortunate.
弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。
貫く。
ここだよ。
貫く。
I feel like at some point there's ranged dudes. Part of me just wants to like put like a ranged unit like this and be based. But another part of me is like, you're just gonna die.
現には3つの選択が、敵には3種の苦難があります。
貫く。
It'd be nice if I placed him a little further up. But it is what it is.
弓を
みんな私に続け。
Oh no!
了解しました。
どうしやすか。
Alright, I see the error of my ways.
ここだよ。 クリア。
Lapland's silence is a little unreliable at eat one. So, I didn't just want to let the spiders go in there. Be blocked to, get killed by the archers, and then kill everything. How deep are we gonna go? I have a really good squad for this, but I don't know if we're gonna go deeper today into here, because again, I need
Ohayo.
Oh man. Oh. Oh hey. Skill summaries. Devices, sugar, ori rock, furniture. That lets us finish this off. Our new banner. Are we going to get to the guarantee? We are.
プリムと申します。
So, chance 2, 20% chance at a 6-star on this roll. 1 in 5. And probably a 5-star. Yep. Is it a good one?
私はアイリス。 城の主であり、ゆりかごの乗り手ですわ。
I know people that like Iris. I'm not going to build her for this account. Again, we're building Amia as our caster, at least in the beginning. I would have to get like a KOB or an Aya for me to start investing in another caster. Or a Golden Glow. That's not especially helpful. But the good news is, on standard banners, we are now 20 pulls, right? Because we did 10 here. We went to the guarantee, we didn't get anything. We went 10 here, didn't get anything. So for standard pity, we're at 20. And the new banner, the guarantee that resets every time. You don't hit the guarantee very often when you use this method, where you just pull to the first higher rarity with singles and then stop. On W's banner, we get a free 10 pull. I don't know if that's going to hit the guarantee or not. Because if you get it before the 10th pull, then you're not on the guarantee. You just get whatever the normal odds are. And you know, that'll give us like 30 gotcha pulls total on this account, plus the newbie banner. So I guess that would put us at 50 total. And we're not doing these because we don't get gold certs. What we are waiting for, though, and I do want to convert these if I have any now. We need to get this to 180 so that when I get a choose your own banner, I can just guarantee a bagpipe off of the Colonel. And actually, to be honest, like Bybeak is probably also worth it too. She's in here for 40. This is that's not bad. I think I'm going to stick with Cutter, though, because we already invested in her. I was really tempted, though, to get Cantabile because of how much I've been complaining about Fang. But I would feel like an idiot if we get a choose your own banner and I don't have 180 gold certs. And on a free-to-play account with limited access to gacha, and while we're still building the base and I can't do my recruitments as fast as I can on my other account, like my gold cert income, you know, it's new player account level. So I got to be really careful with my with what I spend my certificates on. And there are some other things that could rotate in here that I would get, even if it's not bagpipe, but that's definitely my number one choice. And I can 100% guarantee it with the choose your own Colonel banner with gold certs. And in general, that's the best way to get Colonel operators. Wait for the choose your own banner, select the operators you want, and just buy them directly. Colonel certs, these things do cost less, right? And they generate their own internal thing, and I don't really know how these rates compare to the normal rates. I do know that if you're comparing gold cert cost, these things, the whole thing, it's roughly 20% cheaper. Because I tested it once. I bought all of them when they first came out with them to test it. I wasn't incredibly impressed, and I really wish I had written down the cost of every single one of them. I just remember doing the rough math when it was all said and done. And it's something like 20% less expensive. So in a way, pulling on Colonel banners, if you only did that, it would be relatively efficient just for getting 6 stars. And my guess is if I were to compare these to the gold cert equivalent, it's probably still a little better. But I just can't justify it because the gold certs you can use universally on both Colonel and normal, whereas Colonel stuff can only be used on Colonel. So when they first came out with the Colonel system, I'd kind of declared it as universally bad until they came out with the pick your own banner. And then I was like, okay. Okay. Because even though even if you're going to gacha on it, which could be justifiable because you can pick every single operator on that, because you can pick the 5 stars, especially if there's a 5-star you want pots on, like, let me open it up. Let's talk about 5 stars you might want pots on. Right, 5 stars. Telopsis is good. Texas, I mean, come on, who doesn't want a max pot Texas? Lapland. Maybe Spectre. I say maybe. She's good to have max pot on, but classic Spectre, it doesn't get used a whole lot anymore because of Spectre Altar. And yeah, sure, people still use her in Auction Hunter. in Abyssal Hunter squads and stuff like that. Spectre's not bad to have max pots on if you use her. Let's see. Shemer's not really necessary. That kind of makes you shiny, but Shemer is a really good operator to get. And because she's really good to get, she was one of the hardest operators for me to get. I remember pulling on banners for her specifically and not getting her. Like, I was like, I'm not even trying to get the 6-star. Like, give me Shemer. I think it took me a year to get a Shemer. And I think I bought her for 45 gold certs. I don't think I gacha her. And then, you know, I'm pretty sure she's max pot now, because 5 stars are relatively common in the grand scheme of things. But it's funny, in your first year of playing, you can have a bunch of 5-star ops that are max pot and other ones that you've never seen before. Oh, I remember what we were going to do today. There was something else that I was going to... I'm not just going to go into Babylon Farm. We're going to see if we can get Lumen. Is that here? Stultifera Navis. Did I already do this? I already unlocked it. Okay. And how deep do I have to get? Stage 5, I think? Because we're going to replace... I don't know, like I said, maybe not immediately, but we're gonna replace Ansel with Lumen. And the other thing is I actually have a pretty good squad for this. I don't have ideal medics, but hopefully I can big brain my way to the 5th stage. That's the hope. The first 3 or 4 should be pretty easy regardless.
主の祝福があらんこと弦の振動を感じて貫く悪くない位置取りだね弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つみんな私に続け弦の振動を感じて
Holy Jesus!
持ちこたえて福音が指先に集まる
You little bastard. Why does he hurt so bad?
みんな私に続け
Now I'm worried. This is literally the first stage. That guy frickin' shows up and like 2 pops my frickin' healer. Holy shit.
やってみましょう。
弦には3つの選択が敵には3
水洗い。
San Pellegrino. We gotta look at their stats. I've never played this on a new account. By the time this came around, my account was starting to feel like truly powerful. Why can't I? What? Oh. What was with all that lag? Alright, we need to see... How do I see the enemies? B. D? That was D? Was it this thing that killed me? I thought it was this thing. That seems like a lie. This thing fucking fucked me up. 310. I don't know what I'm going to do about these. I might have bitten off more than I can chew. We'll see. That's fine. What is with that weird lag? Okay.
出撃の許可が下りました。各自配置につけ。
貫く。視界良好。持ちこたえてください。みんな私に続け。
獲物を見つけました。現には3つの選択が、敵には3種の苦難があります。これが戦場というものね。
貫く。悪くない位置取りだね。
現には3つの選択が、敵には3種の苦難があります。わかりました。
I don't like you.
綿落とし。
福音が指先に集まる。敵が来ます。皆さん戦闘の準備をしてください。ゲンチャージ。
Little dodgy bastards.
現には3つの選択が、敵には3種の苦難があります。
So I might have to change J to skill 1, but I'll give it time.
これで
I don't want
終わ
to
りですかね。
pre-make that decision because we do have Lapland as well. I'm working on making a video about Irene, but it's a meme video, not a serious one. I had an idea, a moment of inspiration. I want to see if I can make it come together. I was doing some photoshops for it. We'll see if it pays out. Misclick. Okay.
Ora, ora!
Yeah.
Rice was my specialty. Here's something yummy for you. Anyone hungry?
They don't give you much time for that skill, do they?
Here's something yummy for you.
大丈夫、治ります。イエイ、完全勝利。
We only gotta make it 2 more stages, I think, to get Lumen. Yeah.
矢はつがえてあります。
各自配置につけ。
獲物を見つけました。弦の振動を
貫く。悪くない位置取りだね。視界良。みんな私に続け。
弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。
貫く。
ここからはスースの戦い。福音が指先に集まる。
治療の準備を。みんな私に続け。
Look at these little crawly
剣には
bastards.
3つの選択が、敵には3種の苦難があります。
みんな私に続け。
Man, I wish I had Hoshi. Hoshi's thorns just destroys these guys. Jesus Christ, dude.
剣には3つの選択が。
みんな私に続け。
聞いてるよ。福音があなたのお薬です。受け取ってください。
貫く。
ここにいたのね。
占いの結果が出たぞ。完全勝利だ。
I say we just get ExxonMobil to just fucking spill all the oil. You know? The ocean's not worth saving here. Wait. Didn't I? What's... Oh, here. Lots of clicking. Come on, come on. Come on. And now where? When this event came out, this whole UI and the way they changed, it was like the first time they did anything like this. And I was very impressed because it just looked cool. It was like it looked like you were playing a completely different game. Still the same. Alright, let's hope that I don't get fucked up.
出発か。
Wait. Oh, what? Why didn't that work? Oh, because I don't fucking have the, I don't have the, I don't have the thing for that yet, do I?
これが戦場というものね。
貫く。
視界良好。サンダーストーム。持ちこたえてください。
みんな私に続け。
主の祝福があらんことを。弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。
一発で仕留めます。
弓を引いて 狙いを定めて放つ。
みんな私に続け。
This is fine. I don't know if another one's gonna come from here or not. Or if they're gonna come from a different spot.
私に続け。
But I have Jay and Cruz. And theoretically Cutter and Amy up.
貫く。
Yeah, not a problem. That wasn't so bad. The last level was harder. Blemishine is here?
クリア。全ターゲットを鎮圧。
And here we go. Oh, that's not a real hole. For a second there I was like, we bring in Jaw? Boo, fake holes.
罪なき人を巻き込まないように十分に準備して。
What a party pooper.
警戒態勢を維持し
Well, I
ます。
could have put Lapland here, actually. And then I could have had Liskarm here and Mouse. Well, no, this is fine. Maybe this is better even.
怖くはないわ。獲物を見つけました。弦の振動を感じてチャージ。弦の振動を感じて了解しました。
God damn, dude.
できるかな。
福音が指先に集まる。
はい。
弦の振動を感じて。聞いてるよ。
ほら頑張れ。もうちょっとで僕に勝てるかもしれないよ。
ここだよ。
どうしやすか。
はーい。持ちこたえてください。
各自配置につけ。
Fuck, 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 fuck.
私の役目は刀を。クリア。
Oh, that's not fun.
これくらいでは諦めないわ。
DP, once again an issue. But this guy over here fucked me up.
医薬品の準備は揃いました。
So, maybe there's a better way. I feel like I already fucked up the start. What was
あい
that?
つらをぶっ殺してやりたい欲望がますます高ぶってきたよ。
So, Mistake number 1 was trying to use Fang for literally anything besides DP.
総員出発前に装備品のチェックを
You are relegated to the reject corner. The next thing is we're gonna do things a little bit differently.
視界良好貫く
怖くはないわ。
みんな私に続け
どんな戦いになるかしら
So we're
ね。
gonna do that.
福音が指先に集まる。
みんな私に続け
やってみましょう。
福音が指先に集まる。
君にできるかな
弦の振動を感じて。治療の準備を。私の役目は刀を振るうことだけ。弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。
貫く
どうしやすか。
弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。
貫く
ドクター、私はここに。弦には3つの選択が、敵には3種の苦難があります。
雷鳴よ轟け
分かった、遅れたな。
Yeah, you motherfuckers. My healers and my tanks, it's the raw hit points and just a little bit more throughput that I'm lacking. Because tanks, they're not always good at tanking the damage type. Like, for instance, physical tanks, they still take full damage from arts. But having just like that total amount of hit points, yeah, that's what we want. Yeah, man. But that does not matter because I think we got what we needed.
あなたがそのドクターですか。
I don't actually get all of his pots without the next thing, huh? What do I need for that? 15. I did 5 levels, so I get 3 of these for each. Oh, it's for a 3-star rating. Oof. So I gotta go pretty deep for all of his potentials.
おはようドクター
This thing's super fluffy. Lying on it's gonna feel great.
Well, we'll have to come back to the event for that. But at least I have a lumen,
おはようドクター
right? And yeah, he'll go up to 23 cost. That'll be a bit expensive. But I still have Perfumer as my cheapest medic. I now have to question if I'm going to max out Ansel, or if instead of that I'm just going to focus the levels on Perfumer, and then instead of leveling Ansel, start leveling Lumen. The other thing is we're going to get... I might need to wait till next week. Oh, it's going to be in here. We're also going to do Tequila. And the reason why we're going to do Tequila is eventually he'll be a base operator. But I think we're going to build him. I think we're actually going to build a Tequila for this squad. It won't be right away. We'll do... I gotta figure out the order. So we don't need to do Susuro, because we're doing Lumen. We'll start building him relatively soon. Wheaty's gonna wait a little bit longer, I think. I think she's good. She's replacing Estelle. She's gonna act as our pseudo Blaze. Man. I have some good operators, but I have to invest quite a lot to get them up to par. And I don't have a lot of resources to spare. But a new event is coming, you know. And, like, I don't need a whole lot of levels over here. Like, I need, 10 levels for Lapland and 20 for Arketo, and the Arketo levels will be a bit expensive. But if we're going to E2 Cutter first, what I mainly need... I keep hitting the wrong buttons, man. What I mainly need is just the materials. And these will be easy to get. And I really fucking need a new Vanguard. It's insane. It's like, it's criminal how badly I need a new Vanguard. Oh my god. Oh my god, every day Cantabile is there taunting me, saying, just do it. Just get me, and all your Vanguard problems can be immediately solved. And you know what? It's not wrong. It's not wrong, but it wasn't the plan, and I don't want to deviate that much from the plan. New players, if they didn't know what to do and they were thinking about it, I wouldn't tell them to do it or to not do it. I would say, no matter what decision you make, don't regret it. And they're going to be like, what's that? And I'm like, it doesn't matter. Because you're either not going to do it because there's something else that you want. And you might think about that. You might think regret it. But then if you had gotten it and then not gotten the other thing, you would have had a different result. So you can't you can kind of dupe yourself into thinking you could have it both ways and then regret it. But that's like stupid mind games regret. That's like a dumb thing to do to yourself. People do it. I see it. Whatever. Gotcha brain makes people dumb. But getting her would be like, okay, your problem's solved. Maybe it takes you longer to get that other thing, but this was more important to you. And then, putting it off till later. But again, the plan was hatched at the onset, and there are things that would make me deviate from it. Cantabile is not it. Inez would. Like, if I had just gotten super lucky and got her on that 10th pull, then I would immediately invest in her. Not even maybe. We'd kick Fang to the curb or relinquish her to secondary Vanguard duties, and we would just rush Inez to E1, skill level 7. I would burn sanity farming whatever I had to, I'll probably just burn these tomorrow off stream farming. And I'll spend a little bit of sanity in here farming as well, because we are going to need... You know what? Maybe I should... What does Lumen use? Where are you? These. So I am definitely going through those. So we'll farm this stage. Even though I have enough of a stockpile for E1 at least. I feel like I'm getting a little low on these. I need to figure out how to do like audio mixing in this, so I can switch over to other things. Like if I wanted to shut down the sound from this and do something else, Because farming would be a really good time to talk about anime and other shit. But it's going to be cluttered by this audio. Unless I mess around with it off stream to figure out how to do, you know, more complex stuff in OBS. Because I do want to, there's a lot of YouTube channels already that cover new anime and stuff like that, but one of the things I've noticed is that the kids these days, they don't know shit about anime. They grow up with their Jujutsu Kaisen and they think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And I'm here to say, that's fine. You know, that's totally fine. You do you. You enjoy the new modern stuff. I enjoy plenty of modern stuff. But I do think that they kind of lack a bit of perspective because they don't know about old anime. They don't know what made it great. They don't know their roots. And like a good example of this is how many people were brought into anime by Sword Art Online. And like, Sword Art Online's pretty mid. Like the animation quality, like the visual quality is decent. And like, it has the typical isekai power fantasy, and if people just aren't exposed to a lot of anime, you know, I get it. It was mainstream. It was immensely popular. But does it deserve the popularity when, how shall I say, there's so many shows that are peak that most people might not even know about. So I kind of wanted to do a thing where I talk about some of my favorite shows that I feel like people just don't know about. Like if I talk about Genshiken, how many people know about Genshiken? That's like a deep cut. The closest thing that is relatively commonly known about is like Welcome to the NHK, which is like a more depressing, it's the same type of person that watches Genshiken would watch Welcome to the NHK. Both are great. It's just that Genshiken is like the diamond in the rough, whereas Welcome to the NHK is the reasonably well promoted because it's KyoAni, you know, stuff. And even then, how many people today, how many of the Jujutsu Kaisen generation even know what Welcome to the NHK is? So I want to highlight some of the stuff that I think is just absolute cinema, as the kids say these days. That just, I feel like it's gone so under the radar, and it's like criminal. Some of the great anime out there that people just don't even know about, it's criminal that they don't know about it. And the one that I'm gonna show a trailer for it after this. We're gonna talk about Rurouni Kenshin. Not the Rurouni Kenshin that people are thinking of. Because I know you're all thinking of, oh, I've heard of that, right? That's that kind of weird comedy show that used to air on Cartoon Network and, you know, all that kind of stuff. It, you know, it has a generally good reputation, but it's typical shonen. No, we're not talking about shonen. We're talking about a seinen masterpiece. We are talking about one of the greatest samurai stories of all time in any format, whether that's anime, live action, 3D, video game, I don't care. We're talking about based Rurouni Kenshin. We're talking about Samurai X, Trust and Betrayal, or, as I like to call it, Rurouni Kenshin Suiyoku Hen. That's what we're talking about. And I want to show a trailer for it when we're done with this. And then I want to wax philosophical about how incredible it is that this thing was ever made. Because it's fucking great. It's the sort of thing that people that don't watch any anime at all should see. Because they need to know that you can be an adult and watch anime and that not, and like, it shouldn't be cringe. Like, I get why some people, you know, hate on the entire genre of anime, and it's because so much of the mainstream stuff, it's not going to appeal to everyone. And that's fine. You know, I like Kill la Kill as much as anyone else. But I realize that Kill la Kill is this show that just leans into everything that people that hate anime, it's everything that they hate, right? And it's like the best version of everything that they hate. It's all of this stuff that they criticize, all of this stuff that they say cringe. It's high school kids. It's, you know, a bunch of battle. It's tons of fan service. The whole storyline, the fan service is arguably the storyline in Kill la Kill, right? Incredible. It's like the best version of all of the stuff that people say is anime trash, but it's like we're gonna turn the trash into treasure, right? And I love it, right? But that is not a newbie show. That's not something where I'm like, hey mom, watch this, I think you'd like it, right? My mom's a boomer, right? And not just any boomer, like about as early as you get. She's the type of person that has to be taught how to do a phone call on the internet several times. At any rate, right, I got my mom to watch an entire anime series, even though she has no understanding of anime and it's completely outside of her genre. And she did it on her own, right? So I am a thorough believer that there is an anime that even the staunchest haters out there would not just tolerate, but actually like, if you could convince them to set aside, like, any irrational bias, which might not be possible. But, you know, if somebody is capable of setting aside at least an irrational bias, then you can expose them to something and they could enjoy it, right? I'm totally convinced. Like, Millennium Actress could just be a live action movie. And maybe I'll talk about that some other time. But let's see if this works. I want to pull this up. We're going to go. Oh, yeah. And let's see if can I full screen this? Does that work? What happens if is this even full screenable? I don't know what's going to happen. No, it's all jacked up on the display. That's not going to work. Okay. Well, it's not going to be full screen. Maybe I can just resize the window. I mean, that's pretty ghetto. But whatever. It is what it is with these old school formats.
これよ天誅を加
おそらく賊は須藤君の一の太刀を流し
出たとこ勝負というやつですよ。
何者でしょう。すごきものだ。おそらく。
あなたは本当に血の雨を降らせるのですね。名は巴と申します。雪城智也。このままずっと人を殺め続けるつもりですか。俺に構うな。
鞘になってはくれまいか。
この程度の暮らしを守ることが俺にできる精一杯だったんだと。
人を切っていない時のあなた優しすぎる。
内通者が割り風友枝だ。
I think this was a fan-made. I don't know if that's official or not, because the series doesn't have music like that in it at all. For the people that are like, man, like old school anime doesn't have this like overwhelming musical backtrack all the time, covering up all the little artistic moments. That's true. Don't worry, the series doesn't have that. This is a hard to find show. And you can't really buy it, like it's out of print. So if you rip this off, don't really feel bad about it too much, because none of the people that make this are going to get paid. The only thing you can do is buy used secondhand off of somebody else, and they're probably going to upcharge like the shit out of it on physical media. But you can certainly still find this in some places. I know I have a copy saved on a hard drive somewhere because it's pretty rare. But this series is just so good, and so few people even know it exists. It disgusts me that when I bring this up, most people are like, I don't know what that is. And I'm like, it's Rurouni Kenshin. But in the Shonen series, it's you hear all the stories about the legendary Manslayer and Batosai and this and that, and all these people keep challenging him. That series is nothing like the anime. Technically, it is the prequel, it is the backstory, but from a pure mood standpoint, it is like a hardcore Western. Like, it's a historical drama, so most of the characters are real people in history that you can look up, right? Obviously, Rurouni Kenshin is not. They're a fictional insert into that history. But there are some people that believe he's based on a real person. You can look that up in Wikipedia. I don't remember the exact guy's name. But there's a number of samurai from that period who have pretty infamous reputations. And there's one in particular that people think kind of Himura Kenshin is loosely based off of. But man, this is a version of that show where people straight up get cut in half. They don't shy away from the violence. It's like a hardcore seinen, and it is, but it's not just pure ultra violence. Like, it's a pretty hard hitting series. It's 4 OVAs. In my opinion, you just watch them all in one go. You put it together, it's basically a movie. So I do recommend, if people watch it, they just do it in a single sitting as a movie, and it is one of the best like samurai fictions of all time. I'm going to burn 6 sanity, you know where, just to min-max a little bit. Well, I kind of finished my thoughts on that, but I would really encourage people to check out, it's either English name Samurai X Trust and Betrayal, or Rurouni Kenshin Tsuyoku Hen. It is a true masterpiece that has fallen into obscurity. And I think I'm going to definitely try and highlight some of the stuff I like. You know, hopefully if this channel grows, I might just be able to have like chill streams where we just talk about nerdy shit. I think that would be cool. But yeah, I definitely have to have a community with some activity before that's even remotely a realistic thing. So in the meanwhile, I'll just stream and occasionally release videos to try and build that up. And who knows how long it takes, you know. I definitely have done a little bit of research into some of the other channels that seem to debut with thousands of people. I don't know if they like farm other social media. I don't really see how that's possible on YouTube, no matter what you do, unless you pay for promotion. And maybe, you know, maybe they do that. I kind of don't want to do that because I mean, I have money, but the point of this channel wasn't to spend a bunch of money on it unless it becomes monetized, in which case I would be spending the monetization money on the channel so that I could hire professionals to do stuff. It's not really about making money for me. I'm trying to retire on my investments, and I make good money there. So again, this was really more for me than for trying to make a living, and I wanted to be completely financially detached from I didn't want to have to need money before I got into doing this sort of thing more seriously. So that's the other thing, you know. I'm not gonna if I can't put like full-time effort into content creation, it doesn't make sense for me to invest a bunch of money into it. So right now it's still just me learning OBS and maybe a bit of editing, getting Photoshop back on my thing so I can work on thumbnails. and make them look better than if I just slap something in Paint or AI generate something. I might even do some drawing streams, because I had mentioned that I kind of want to do something similar to VTubing, more like PNG tubing, but with some animations. And I might have to draw those myself. You know, I have a tablet, and it's been since I've used it. But at some point, I might just stream it, because why not? It doesn't really matter if people are there or not. You know, I'll throw it on my channel. Maybe people watch it, maybe they won't. It's not that important. But I do have some ideas, and I might have to draw like several different, it's not emotes, but, you know, emotive sort of chibis. I don't know what to call it. For if I want to try and set that up so my stream can be more than just whatever I have on my screen. And I also don't know if people want me to superimpose a chat in here or something. Obviously right now that's not too significant. I only occasionally get reasonable amounts of chat activity. It's pretty sporadic, so I'm not entirely sure how important that is. I guess it will be if I decide to do multi-streaming. I've thought about casting this also to x.com and maybe Twitch. Twitch is a little censorship heavy for me. I mean, I probably won't do anything where that's relevant, but you never know. My boy Asmon got banned, so so yeah, I don't know. But I think the main thing, the reason why, if people are wondering why I don't do this on Twitch, like I said, it's because the way VODs work over there are, Twitch is not as good of a robust archive for videos as YouTube, and also I have to use YouTube to build viewership. So if I streamed on Twitch, I would have to cut up and edit stuff and release it on YouTube to build a viewership. Otherwise I just wouldn't get numbers. But I don't know, for Arknights, because it's so small and there's not that many streaming, even though there's, you know, maybe 300 viewers, you know, on Twitch at a time most of the time, I might actually get more traffic right now there. The other thing I thought about is maybe just doing like different days on different platforms, you know, because I can still take the VODs and release them on YouTube. So I haven't really decided on that. It's not like I thought all these things out in advance. It was more important for me to just do it and, you know, get my foot in the door and start making shit. So that was what I did. So yeah, tomorrow morning I will log into here. I'll burn my sanity pots because I really don't want to have to do it on. I don't want to have to burn through that much sanity on stream. Because so much of that's going to be grinding. There's only so far I can push new stages and new content before I hit a wall. And again, my favorite, I'm not an optimizer. I mean, I am, but not that type. There are people that's the type of people that actually like max risk and want to do those sorts of things, or the people that come up with like really funky clears like man, Blemichi's done a good job. It's been like 3 days and they came out with 2 just bonkers clears. They came out with, to be honest, not a hard clear, but to also not the sort of thing where I would think, oh, this is one that we need to make this. Blemichi did a 2 operator clear of EX8, BB EX8, with Ascalon and Manticore. Now the reason why I don't think that that's like a tough sell is because like I know the stage and it has the blocks, and you know you can pretty much route everyone through one section. And Ascalon is just ridiculously fucking good in the Babel event. Again, I applaud them because they're not always good at this. They released an operator who's actually good in the event. And not just good, like fucking great. Because the entire theme of the event, we could just go through this really quickly, because again, this is a strategy channel to teach players how to think about the game. What do you see here? You see a choke point and a whole lot of area to put an Ascalon to fuck up the guys that come from here. So we're looking at like you know, putting an operator here and like an Ascalon here. You know? And then we get to the chain gimmick, right? Well, you could use chains, but you know what else you could use? A fucking Ascalon right here. And now the chains are irrelevant. Let's look at this stage. Oh, look at that. You know what would be really good on this stage? An Ascalon right here, right? Let's look at the next stage. Oh, look. Look at this square. I wonder what this is for. It's almost like they want you to put an Ascalon right here. And then let's look at the next one. Oh, look at this. They have this whole thing in the middle of the map, and then these squares, and you can't use both of these to get a chain without something in the middle, and it's really annoying if you block something and then die because you placed it in the middle. I wonder what these two squares are. It's almost like they want you to put an Ascalon in here so that you can use these to have a chain go through there and then make this stage super easy. And they don't even get me started on this. Don't even make me say it, right? I have been mauling on this stage because I don't fucking have an Ascalon to put right here. Facing this way. Holy shit, that would solve all of my problems immediately. I mean, so would an Ethan, like, in either of these spots. And, like, I could raise him, but again, I brought up the point I didn't want to raise ops just for this event and disrupt kind of the logic behind the guide. And then I can't look at the next stage on this account, but the next one has the tiles with the 8 burden beasts and then the spot in the middle. I mean, come on, dude. You can't... It's like they had literally thought, let's make an Ascalon tile on every single map, and then let's make it ridiculously painfully obvious that's what you should use it on. Oh, man. Like, yeah. Oh, look at that. I don't have to use these. Hopefully I'll get lucky and I'll get some building material. Did I get some building material in the pin boards? I don't even remember. Let's see. Nope. Nope, this one. No. I got some of these, but I need to upgrade my workshop. What does the workshop, what do I require for that? I think it's just a bunch of tier 2, the red crates, 6 of them, yeah. Canceled. So I think we got to do the workshop, and we got to build this way. We got to get this, we got to get the workshop. And then also we can start doing E2s. But I didn't want to farm. Didn't want to farm the this stage. Didn't want to just farm these for what I need. I was hoping to just get them through missions while the event was going on. I would farm this if Babel wasn't going on for sure. Base is definitely meta. I'm actually pretty close to being able to clear this with what I have. I did a practice on it. But we're just a tiny bit shy on DPS. Oh, these are deployable. That gives me an idea. Oh, shit. Just for science.
諸君、君らの顔なんて覚えてられないけど、まあ行こうか。みんな、私に続け。悪くない位置取りだね。治療の準備。題名よ。轟け。怯えたりしませんから。みんな、私に続け。そうだ。獲物を見つけました。貫く。
弦の振動を感じて。
準備完了。早くゲームオーバー。
わかりました。弓を引いて。
君にできるかな。
Do you think I'll make it? That's the question. These guys are tanky little assholes.
福音が指先。あなたの考えはお見通しですよ。問題ない。落ち着いて。クリア。
早く。亡霊だってお前を救えない。
福音。
ほら頑張れ。もうちょっとで僕に勝てるかもしれないよ。
Yeah, we're a little shy on DPS still. I'm not entirely surprised. I was just curious where we were at with this. I still don't have skill level 7 on her. There's still levels and trust bonuses we could go for. Mouse is still level 40. You know. So, all around, room for improvement. You know, Liskarm's battering Lapland, which is nice. But even that's just not enough. So, I might have to... I don't want to level up Lava for this. And E2 Amia would do it as well, I think. Because that would get the her SP talent, and I could switch her over to skill 2. And, yeah, I got nothing on Lava. I mean, an E2 Cutter is a maybe as well, because then we'd get the talent upgrade, and that would make her skills charge a lot faster, and she might be tanky enough. The issue is she's a 2-block, and if I put her up here in Mouse's position, like her skills will let me cut through a lot of these guys, which is nice, but she has to take the punishment, and that needs I need more levels on her to survive that, and I need stronger healers. So as of right now, this is still out of our reach. We'll call it temporarily impossible because, again, even though some of my ops are higher rarity than 3 stars, you know, when most people do like low rarity guides, they're doing it on endgame accounts, max pots, max level, skill level 7, full trust bonus. And I don't have anyone with even a full trust bonus yet, so there's still a power differential. And again, even if I had the 3 stars, it's like you're talking about a 6-star skill level 6 versus a 3-star skill level 7. I think my Arketo is going to outperform them. So it's not that I wasted resources building these or should have just built my 3 stars. I am a good enough player to know that that is a fallacy. I would have had to burn a Arundum to be at the same point as I am right now if I had built 6 stars or 3 stars only. So I don't subscribe to that. I know that, you know, speedrunners do it because they're trying to avoid farming stages. They're not doing it because it's more powerful. Normal players, and again, I would just want to stress this as part of a preface for this guide, because it's not always going to look as impressive as some of the stuff speedrunners do it. I'm not using Originite Prime to farm leveling ops for hours on end. I'm relying on the base to passively generate stuff so that we can focus our resources on farming stuff for developing elite levels and skills for the operators we have, to include higher rarity operators, because they're a better long-term investment, like any actual new player should be doing. Because if they fall into the trap of just building all of their 3 stars, what's going to happen is they're going to get to a point where they hit a wall pretty quickly, because even though the 3 stars will be developed quickly for cheaper, they're still going to have to get better as players. And some people make the argument, oh, 3 stars make you better as a player. Do they? When you're brand new? I think they make you better as a player when you have some experience and you go back to them and you realize how, like in integrated strategies, you realize how you can utilize them effectively and kind of where their true strength really was. But the problem is, as a new player, you're not going to have a ton of experience. You're not going to know how to maximize them. And what you really need is the ability to go into a farming stage and outscale something with a little bit more brute force, because that will give you a greater margin of error, which you could say, might give you some bad habits. I disagree. What gives you bad habits is when you follow bad advice, like you're a brand new player and you religiously build all your 3 stars, and then you run into a wall, and then you remember everyone said to do this, so you assume you're an idiot, and then because you have no more power to scale, you go to a Kyostin guide and you just copy it verbatim, right? And now you're not learning how to play. If you decide that you need more levels to get through a stage, like clearly I do here, and your reaction is to go farm XP to put in like someone like Arketo and Lapland and our tanks or our healers just to level them more, would that be the wrong choice? I mean, would it really? Versus having maybe slightly more optimized placement, although with the operators I have and what's on this map, I don't think there's room for us to optimize, which is why I've kind of come to the conclusion I didn't know if this would be possible or not. We're leaking a guy that, I don't know, maybe with some shenanigans undeploying and redeploying, like maybe I could have caught them by pulling this DPS and deploying a J and then retreating J and putting crews, like, I don't know. But it's a lot simpler to kind of consider this strategy in a nutshell. We had our best arts. We knew we needed AoE. We deployed that first. We had 3 block on both sides, right? We had 2 healers. And again, that's literally all we have. I could theoretically entirely from scratch build another tank and just rely purely on the caster damage, or maybe have 2 AoEs or something, but it gets a little bit ridiculous. Again, I don't want to have to build ops just for one stage. To me, it makes more sense to scale what I have up to clear this than it does to like build Gitano to E1 and try having 2 AoEs and 2 tanks. Like, I don't know. I think that's that's a luxury you get when you're an endgame player and you have units to spare that you've already built, and you just swap whoever you want. You can say, oh look, it's low rarity, but you have like all your 3 stars, a whole bunch of 4 stars built, and you can just use whichever ones are optimal for that stage. And all your 3 stars are fully max skill level 7. Your 4 stars, like in every 4-star guide, they're always max level E2, M6, L3 module. And sure, for them, the modules are, you're just not capped on module data blocks, which is really nice thing about 4 stars for sure. But like, those operators are not weak. They're just not. So I would tell any experienced player to go through the same process. Don't spend Originite Prime. Start a new account. Don't re-roll anything. And just play through it and like really see how you do with the not spending Originite Prime thing. Because again, the other thing is, if I didn't care about, if I just wanted to make an account be as powerful as quickly as possible, the thing is, just spend all your Originite Prime farming. Just do it, because you'll be able to develop your operators so much. Like, I could probably be at like chapter 7 right now if I did that. Clear Babel and all of that. Not being able to spend Originite Prime because I don't want to assume a new player's priority is going to be to spend it on farming versus skins or acquiring new operators, because they might have more goals than just progressing as fast as possible on an account, the way that somebody that's rolling a second account might have. So it changes. It really changes how you play a low-level account, for sure. And I thought about this quite a lot, looking at, again, very impressive runs from experienced people, or, abbreviations of it, not the whole thing, but like the, I beat Arknights in 1 day, speedrunner guy, the Japanese guy. Very impressive run, but a completely different, like, no part of that, literally 0% of that is good for new players. It's more of like something for experienced players to like consider in theory and think about once you have a broad understanding of the game. Anyways, that is going to probably be it for today. Hopefully I can learn video editing to at least a mediocre degree really quickly. I have an idea to put out a short little meme video that'll hopefully attract some attention to the channel, get some new subscribers. That's the goal, with a nice little shitpost video, and then some more serious content. Ugh. I hate giving myself deadlines, but it's the only way to light a fire so you get shit done. I'm going to try to put out a lore video in November. And I don't mean November 1st, but in November. So I gotta force myself to do a bunch of research and take notes on stuff just to make sure I get the details right. I'll start with the wiki, and then I'm going to look up the details to make sure that things are accurate. And that means I got to take notes on everything. I got to start writing down dates for stuff, because I want to make sure if I do other lore videos, I can kind of fit puzzle pieces together and make things easy to digest. Because I want to be extremely in-depth, but I also don't want to be like how the story's presented in like this really verbose way. So I kind of want to be able to trim as much of the fat as possible while keeping every little minute detail that makes things interesting. And then I'm probably gonna just write a completely shitty script and then go and start crossing shit out and editing it until it's good. But I kind of find the best thing to do is just write down a mess and then then fix it. So just like my ethos on streaming, we're gonna start out a mess and then we'll look at the problems and we'll fix it over time. So I think that in 1 week my stream improved like ridiculously, because the first one, like the aspect ratio and the quality was shit. I fixed the ratio and I fucked up I still didn't know how to do the quality, looked that up, fixed the quality. I don't know if I can get to 60 FPS without pre-recording the videos and uploading them. Like, I don't know if I can do it on a stream without being monetized. Because I looked up what I needed for 60 FPS and I set up the settings in OBS, but I'm still not getting it. So let me check my settings in game though, because it should be on. Yeah, it is on in here. So I don't know. I can increase my bit rate out. I'm at 9158 kilobits per second. I think that's what it said to do for 60 FPS, like even the upper end of that. Maybe it's not, but something like that. And it says 30 FPS on here. Oh, I wonder if that's a setting. Stream output, bit rate, encoder preset, good quality. I wonder if I have to bump that up. Audio bit rate, video encoder. I wonder if I have to move the encoder preset up, because the only thing I see that I can modify is the bit rate. General. I'm looking for a setting in here. I don't see it. Appearance stream. Maximum. I mean, I'm not anywhere close to the maximum vid, but that's probably for 4K. Output. The only thing I could think of is to just bump up the bit rate. I wonder if it's because of the canvas and the resolution. Like I'm not outputting it like a YouTube. I might have to change the canvas size. That might help too. Oh, common FPS values. So I probably can't be streaming when I do that, but so that's under video. Okay, I would have thought that would be under output, but it's under video.
甘い夢を。
I think I found it. So next time I do this, I might be able to get to 60. We'll see. Anyways, I am going to be signing off here, and maybe eventually I'll have some outro to play. Maybe it'll be something I create. I have some ideas. Alright.